Good morning, friends. Welcome to my library, and today is October 13th. So, let us find out what are the important incidents that happened today on October 13th. Well, the first information is about the new discovery in space, and in 1773 on October 13, the Whirlpool galaxy was discovered by the famous astronomer Charles Messier, and this is the time when people used to believe that the galaxies that they see outside are the nebula, so they are not the galaxies, but later they were identified as the galaxies. And today, October 13th, the Whirlpool, very large spiral galaxy outside our own Milky Way, was discovered in the year 1773. Let's move to the next one. Well, this is about the White House, and White House is a very old building. It has been under renovation for a very long time, and it has been maintained superbly. It is the official residence of the President of United States. And it was not called White House forever. It was when it started, its existence for many years, it was called Executive Mansion. That means house where the leader of executives will live during his tenure. So the cornerstone was laid by the Washington in the year 1792 on October 13th, and back then it was called as the Executive Mansion. All right, let's move to the next one. Well, this is about the United States was formed. United States basically got rid of British, and they said that you can go back, etc. And they formed their own democratic nation without any monarch. But the conquest of conquering the North America did not stop there. There was a very important battle which was fought, and conclusively, United States lost the battle to the British on October 13th in 1812. This battle is called the Battle of Queenstown, and this was the initiative of the American initiative to basically spread their territory and keep removing British, which now is known as Canada. So we know that the Canada is the part of the Commonwealth. The Prime Minister of Canada, who is democratically elected, runs a democratic government, but reports into the Queen of England, or the monarch of England now, because the Queen is dead and there is a new king. So the monarch of England is the boss of Canada. But the history could have been different if this battle outcome was in favor of United States. Probably Canada did not exist today. The Canada as we know it today would have been part of the United States itself. So this is a battle in which the USA lost to British, and Canada became Canada and part of the Commonwealth. Remember this days, October 13th, 1812. All right, let's move to the next one. Well, we know that all the time calculations that we do today is based on the Greenwich line, which was established by the British, and this is called the longitude. Zero longitude. So basically, the time calculation for the British was very important because they had colonized most of the world. They had their territories spread across the world, and timekeeping became very important for the British establishment, so that they know exactly at what time and what is the date in different territories which are spread across the world. And as you know that there was a time when the sun never set in the British territory. So therefore, they had to calculate time, and that's why they established this system of zero longitude. Based on this, the current modern system works, and this line was designated in the village of Greenwich, which is just outside London, in 1884 on October 13th. And in fact, if you happen to visit Greenwich, you can actually walk across this line, which is having the zero longitude, and this is actually visible. So this is a line actually which I'm showing you, located at Greenwich. All right, let's move to the next one. We know that during the First World War, the gas was used as one of the weapons. The gas used to kill a lot of soldiers while they were in their trenches. And this was first used by the Germans because they invented the poisonous gas and used it as a chemical weapon during the First World War. And then later everybody else followed, and even the Allies used the gas on the Germans. So both sides, a lot of people died because of this use of these chemical weapons. So what was the solution? The solution was wearing a mask. So in case there is a gas leak, you immediately put on a mask and then protect yourself and save your life. This gas mask, which was invented by a gentleman called Garrett Morgan, and he called it as a safety hood device. Later it was named as gas mask because it was easier to remember that this is not a safety hood device. It's basically whenever there is a gas, you put the gas mask on your face and mouth, and that will protect you from the poisonous effect of the gas. This was patented in the year 1914 on October 13th. A very important invention by Garrett Morgan, and I think we should remember this. All right, let's move to the next one. Well, today is on a very, very bad day because today, on a single day, October 13th, 1941, Nazis killed 11,000 Jewish and old people in a single day using their perfected method of mass killing using gas chamber. So a bunch of people will be put inside a closed room and the gas was released, and then people will die. So on a single day, October 13, 1941, Nazis killed 11,000 Jewish children and old people. Very bad day, especially when it comes to the world history. All right, let's move to the next one. Again, the information about the White House. So on October 13th, 1901, Theodore Roosevelt renames the executive mansion. I told you about the executive mansion some time back. So the White House was called the executive mansion, but in 1901, Theodore Roosevelt, then the president of the United States, renamed it as White House. So from that day, this building is now known as the White House. And before that, it was called as Executive Mansion. So historic day for the American political system. And White House draws a lot of power, basically because the president gives a lot of executive decisions from this building. All right, let's move to the next one. Well, something about William Shatner. William Shatner has been taking us through many times the speed of light since 1967 on board his Enterprise in Star Trek series, and we are all mesmerized by all of these things which are depicted in Star Trek series. But do you know that William Shatner actually traveled to space, and he actually set the world record. He became the oldest person at the age of 90 to go to space over a Blue Origin rocket called New Shepard, and his space flight lasted for 10 minutes. So I think it was very meaningful for him because he has been taking the Earthlings virtually on a tour of the cosmos through his TV series, but then he has never been to space. So it was logical for William Shatner to go to space, and which he did at the ripe age of 90. And his world record is that he is the oldest space traveler so far. Who goes next? We don't know. What is going to happen in future? We don't know. Maybe his record will be broken. We don't know, or is going to stay for a very long time. So, nevertheless, this is a world record at this point in time set by William Shatner on October 13th, 2021. All right. So I think we have come to the end of our series today, and I have a message from Hema Kaushik. Hema, please join back in our another series, which is going to start at 11, and in that series, the expert will answer your question. So this is a different program, Hema. So please join back at 11. All right, friends. So thank you so much for watching my live stream about some of the historic incident that happened today on October 13th. If you have any opinion, please send in your suggestions. Otherwise, I'll catch you tomorrow again with more facts. Please take care and bye bye for today.